Oh man, a liberal Supreme Court, and I think now the Supreme Court seats are now even, I believe. Well, no, are they? I'm gonna have to go look that one up for you guys, because I think there's 9 of them, and I think it's now 4 Dems and 5 Republicans.
More money came in to prop up the Democrat, and Wisconsin voters did okay voter ID. So it was the candidate that lost in Wisconsin, not the ideology.
That's an interesting take. You know, the money wound up being about even, but the Democrats certainly had a big head start on it. And I would be careful about how you define the issue. Even if you're right about there being a female factor here, it's not as simple as abortion. It's a rights issue for them, Bill, that you guys took a right from an entire class of citizens for the first time in the modern era.
Whatever it may be,
well, it's a big difference.
The Republican candidate had been, if the Republican candidate had been a little bit more moderate, the race would have been closer. He was just too conservative for Wisconsin. That's why he lost.
Yeah.
Although Trump won Wisconsin pretty handily.
Yeah, I know, because Trump is not a hardline conservative that we keep trying to tell y'all. Like, that's one thing that the libs don't, like, honestly don't understand. Like, bro, I still stand on the, bro, Trump's is a 90s Democrat. The man is a 90s Democrat. So when it comes to him being conservative, I'm like, bro, we should have been knew Trump was conservative on his stance on abortion. He doesn't have that same strong position on abortion that most conservatives have. He doesn't have that same strong, Christian background that, most conservatives have. There's a lot of things that most conservatives believe hard outright that Trump don't align with. I think y'all should have known that Trump wasn't just the biggest conservative ever. Like, neither am I.
Yeah, but Trump's not a conservative. He's a populist. There's a whole big difference, and we've gone over that. So how about the Liberation Day? Couple of historical notes, because that's what my strong suit is. Donald Trump is now the biggest disruptor in presidential history.
Because?
He has passed Teddy Roosevelt, left him in the dust, poor Teddy. And the disruption is worldwide, not just in the United States. But the data is on Trump's side. We have been getting hosed since World War II by the trade imbalance. And the reason that's been overlooked by most presidents too.
And here's the thing, though. We have like I said, we're in a deficit right now, spending deficit. Why we not want to get ourselves out of $1 trillion trade, $1 trillion trade deficit? That means everybody gets money off of us, but we don't get no money out of them. Like I said, we're in a trade deficit with 90% of the country. I dare say 95% of the countries in the world. It is pretty sad.
2 reasons. Number one, way too complicated, way too risky to get involved with it. So you can do what Biden and Obama did, was just ignore it completely. In the first term, Trump tried a little. But the numbers are staggering. And the best part of Trump's speech today was that he said, if you go to Japan or South Korea or China or Germany, you're not going to see any American cars because they won't let them in. Now, you can get a little chart and say, oh, it's not 40%, it's really 8%. But the regulations that these people put on American products to get in makes it impossible.
Here we go.
And then some European nations slap a VAT tax on there.
Yeah. Now, first off, I'm going to go back on my man Bill O'Reilly's point for a little bit. But I do want to show you this video, and shout out my man PBD, on why Trump loved tariffs. So, because I do want to give y'all the best explanation possible.
Tariffs. Mark Cuban, no, it's a horrible. There's all these arguments over tariffs. Mark Cuban, no, it's a horrible, it's the worst thing. You should never do it. Trump, my favorite word in the dictionary is tariff. Everybody's talking about trade deficits, trade surplus. How the hell does this thing work out? I'm going to explain to you tariffs in a way that you can explain to anybody moving forward. You ready? Let's just say I am an accountant and I need referrals. I want you to give me clients because I need to grow my business. Let's say you sell auto insurance and we meet each other. We're friends. We're networking at a local Chamber of Commerce event. We say, hey, man, you give me one referral, I'll give you a referral. You want to kind of share some clients together? Let's do it. No problem. So all of a sudden, a month later, I've given you 5 referrals. You've given me 0. I have a referral deficit of -5. You have a referral surplus of +5. trade deficit, trade surplus. You get the idea? Now, think about it. If a year later, 5 years later, you and I are giving referrals to each other, I sit down and I look at the numbers and I said, wait a minute, Johnny, I've given you 1,100 more referrals than you've given to me. Do I look like a dummy to you? Why do I keep giving you referrals and you give me nothing in return? You're like, well, I take care of your clients.
And that's the funny thing. You ever wonder why these countries are speaking out? Like I said, people from other countries speaking out bad against America because they understand that, bro, we were in a deal that benefited us. Yeah, I know. And now we want to be a deal that benefit both of us, and y'all don't want that. So it kind of shows your true feelings towards America. Like PBD says, like, bro, how would you really feel if you were helping out somebody else get business, get money, but they're not helping you get nothing? You're gonna look at that person like, hey, yo, what about me? And they're looking at you like, nah, bro, you should accept this because, well, you already got money. We're like, I don't got much money as you. It don't matter, bro. We're still supposed to be doing this business fairly, like fairly, right? We're both supposed to be at least making the same, or if I'm richer, I get it if I don't make as much as you, but it shouldn't just be I make nothing, you make it all. But that's what some of these countries want.
When you send them my way, what's wrong with that? I show them, like, I want to make some commission. I'm not making any money on this deal. It doesn't matter. I'm taking care of your clients. That's exactly the relationship between US and China. So you may be saying, Pat, why 1,100 referrals? What's the big deal? Here's what the trade deficit of US with all the other countries worldwide is. If each referral equaled $1 billion, our trade deficit is 1.1 trillion against the rest of the world.
Yes, man. $1.1 trillion in a deficit. Then there's United Kingdom. Then we got India, and their deficits.
Deficit is 1.1 trillion against the rest of the world. We've given the rest of the world $1.1 trillion of business more than they've given us. What the hell are we doing in America? Is this what it is? And we just give everybody business? And by the way, guess what country in the world has the highest trade surplus, who has taken more referrals than anybody else in the world? What country do you think that is? It's China. Do you know how much more? 823 billion more than they've given to everybody else. You know what China is saying? Hey, don't tell anybody. When we just they keep sending us business and we don't need to send. They're not saying shit to us. Keep taking the money, and boom. Oh shit, this guy got elected. His name is Trump. This guy's problematic. He doesn't like this stuff. What do we do? Release a virus. Do this. What do we do with all this stuff? Let's shut down the entire world so this guy doesn't get reelected. Oh my God, thank God all these other guys show up. What do we do with these guys now? That's the whole concept of tariffs, trade surplus, trade deficit, and why it's becoming a topic of discussion where Mark Cuban is reacting to it, Trump is reacting to it, and everybody else in business wants to really get to the bottom of it. If you get value out of this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's take a look at the countries in the world that are leading in trade surplus and trade deficit. Let's first look at trade deficit to see who's doing a good job and who's not. If you look at deficit, I already told you who's at the top, which is us, but then look who's next after us. You'll see next is UK with 270 billion. They give referrals out more than they receive. Then it's India at 240. Then it's France, Turkey, Hong Kong, Japan, Philippines, Spain, Egypt, Greece. All of these guys are not having anybody buy more from them. They're buying more from others than they're selling themselves. Look at the ones that have the leaders in trade surplus. If you notice this, China's obviously at the top. Who's second? Germany, 225. Quietly, they're selling 220. Bruh. 25 more. No one's talking about Germany, 225. Russia, 120. Saudi Arabia, 111. Netherlands, Brazil, Australia, Norway, Taiwan, Qatar. You see the rest of the names there? So imagine you're the CEO of this company called United States of America, and somebody is getting more referrals and more business from you than you're giving to them. You think that's okay? Should you not go renegotiate?
My bad, chat. My bad. I had to go ahead and insert some information in here because, well, there's a lot of lies being told in the chat about our economy. And yeah, unemployment in our economy is went down because we've added hella jobs. Like, I don't know where y'all been at, but yes, hella jobs have been added to our economy already. Actually, we got American, American made corporations who honestly took some of their operations out of Mexico and Canada and returned them here.
One Qatar. You see the rest of the names there? So imagine you're the CEO of this company called United States of America, and somebody is getting more referrals and more business from you than you're giving to them. You think that's okay? Should you not go renegotiate all contracts? It's like a lot of companies. When you go to a company, you're like, who negotiated these contracts? Tariffs and sanctions are all about negotiations. And if you don't have any leverage, you cannot negotiate. If you got any questions you want to ask me on negotiations, we created the app Connect so you can have access to someone like.
I also did say that too. It's like, dang, so we can have nothing to negotiate with. We're just supposed to let these smaller countries with less, I mean, not even a real army and less of an economy tell us what to do. Like, y'all sound insane. Tell us that, yeah, you better sit there and accept the fact that we make more off you than you do than us. You better accept the fact that you make $0 on us, but we make billions off you. And y'all just want to accept that. Yeah, okay.
Time in audio recording. Download the app, ask me any questions you may have, and we'll go from there. So I have a list of every single one of the deals that we've ever negotiated and who was the president when we negotiated, and because he gets up there and says, who the hell negotiated all this stuff? Either these guys were dumb, he calls them stupid, or they got paid or something happened to them. Why would you negotiate all these deals that hurts America and hurts everybody else? Good question to be asking, no? However, I'm going to throw you a curveball. You may say, Pat, where are you going with this? This guy who wrote this book called Wealth of Nations, his name is Adam Smith, one of the greatest economists of all time, was not a fan of tariffs. So why would you put tariffs? Best part is free trade. Let everybody compete, because back in the days, tariffs are not a new thing. They've been around for a long time. Tariffs were used during the Roman Empire, a form of taxes on imported goods that were using during that time. And then later on in 1680.
I mean, damn, one of the strongest, one of the most, I guess, highly recognized civilizations in the world even said, yeah, we got to protect our domestic products. We got to protect our domestic industries. Giving away business is not the right thing to do. Even Rome understood that. Rome. A lot of countries, a lot of wealthy civilizations realize the importance of tariffs. Why is the American media or mainstream media trying to take away the importance of tariffs to these strong civilizations like America? I mean, Rome used it. They were the strongest civilization back then. Of course we should use it, seeing that we're the strongest ones of today.
18th century that we use as mercantilism, which was tariffs being used as a prominent role in global economy during that era. European powers like Britain, France, Spain imposed tariffs and trade restrictions to protect their domestic economies and accumulate wealth. I mean, like, hey, you're not buying from us? Tariffs. You're not buying from it? Tariffs. Wait a minute. What's wrong if I'm not buying from you? I'm selling you all this stuff. I know, but I want my businesses in my country to be selling stuff to you. So guess what? If I buy from you $1 billion, you buy from me $1 billion. But that's not how it works. It's how it should work. Why can't we do that? Germany, $220 billion. We buy you Mercedes, BMW, all this stuff. Yes. How about you buy some cars of Ford? How about you buy some cars of Chevrolet? How about you buy some cars that we have here? No. We're okay with our cars. Why are we buying your cars?
Exactly. I said the same thing. I was like, bro, I'll be cool not seeing a single BMW, Mercedes, if that's the deal. If that's how you trying to do us, then all right, and you ain't trying to have no business from us, fantastic. I'll be just fine with our Chevys, Fords. I'll be cool. We'll roll with our Cadillacs and Buicks. Perfectly fine doing that. I am not that strongly like, I ain't gonna lie, I have no alliance to Germany like that to where I'll be like, nah, I need my Mercedes, I need my BMW. Hell nah. If it's hurting our American economy, which my loyalty is to America, which, yeah, if you're an American, your loyalty should be too. You should be able to sit there and be like, I mean, man, come on, BMW, can't you work with us? If you can't, I will easily go trade y'all asses in and go get me my Chevy or a Corvette or something. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Chevys are Corvettes.
I'm sorry. Why are we sending all this business to you? Buy some other products from us to match the $220 billion. No, that's not how this works. Bullshit. We're giving you the money. Guess what? You don't want to do that? Here's tariffs. That's the leverage a president has. However, when Adam Smith came out and he said, in order to have free trade, tariffs disrupts it. Let everybody go compete because it causes the price of goods to go lower, which he's not wrong. Like when Toyota came in here in 1958, sold the first Toyota, and in 1972, Toyota sold 1 million Toyotas in a year. It's like, oh my God, we have to find a way to lower the prices. Ford, we can't compete with these cars. They're cheaper. They're giving more miles per gallon. We got to make our cars better. So all these major companies in America that were like able to make all this money, oh man, this isn't a good thing. Why did we let Toyota come into America? Free trade. However, Even Adam Smith says on 2 occasions we should use tariffs. Do you know what Adam Smith were the 2 occasions to use tariffs? Here's what he said. 1, defense of domestic industries essential to national security.
I mean, yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. Like, let's say this: if Toyota was doing that while building their products in America, it wouldn't hurt us that much. It'd just be like, all right, cool. Their profits margins, yeah, it would get hit, but they'd be like, all right, we got to make some technological advancements, but the American people ain't really getting hit too much. Like, you kind of see where tariffs kind of like, honestly help the American people out, but no tariffs kind of help out these corporations like Toyota, who can build their cars cheaper in, well, I think it's Japan, I believe, Japan or China, Japan or North Korea, one of them. But yes, and take their cars over here and sell it for cheaper. And you see how that kind of mess with our business? Like, don't you think like some of the workers might have lost their jobs during that period because they're just coming in with these influx of cars built cheaper, more efficiently? Now, part of the blame is on Ford because, bro, make your cars better. But then part of the blame is on our government because it's like, dog, you kids can't let these people come in here and take advantage because they can have cheaper labor and all that. Like, you're screwing us over.
And 2, counteracting tariffs imposed by other nations, creating a level playing field, which means what? You put tariffs on us, we put it on you. So why is this important? Because, hey, some of that is happening right now with China. Look what America did. So me, if I'm a president, if you're a president, shouldn't you use this as a way to find out defense against domestic industries essential to national security? China hurt us during COVID, did they not? Should we just sit around and keep letting them have a $823 billion national surplus? When it comes down to trade surplus, when it comes down to all the money they're making, and we're at 1.1 trillion. By the way, as a president, as anybody in business, you have to know what areas you have leverage in when you're negotiating. The tools of sanctions that Trump used against Iran, or the tool of tariffs that Trump used against China, that is a weapon in your arsenal. If their weapon is stealing IP from us, everything America built, they stole. Everything that you use in America, they stole and did it there. This is documented all over the place. So you want me to keep letting them do that and pass us up, and America becomes number 2 country in the world? Why should we?
I mean, yeah, there's stuff that Americans invented that the Chinese stole that they're now producing globally on the international market, and they've pushed some of our products out of there of tech that they stole from us. It's like, bro, there's some things that we really should have put our foot down on a long time ago.
Stop competing. Should that be okay? By the way, so you have tariffs, you have sanctions. Shouldn't the president of America be able to threaten some of their enemies that are bullying you and I, and you lose the jobs, and not say, if you don't do this, I'm going to put tariffs on you? 100%, 200%, 500%. What if he just has the power to put that threat out there? What is the purpose of the button? Not to use it, is to threat, right? What is the purpose of a strong military? Not to use it, but to scare the crap out of you so you don't attack. What is the purpose of a tariff and a sanction? To say, if you F with us, I'm going to use this tariff and sanction. You best not F with us and bring those jobs back to America. Are you willing to do that? Then let's talk. If not, we don't. By the way, steel industry. In the 40s and 50s, we were the ones running the world, steel industry. Employees left and right working the steel industry.
So when people say, oh, what did America ever produce that was number 1? When was America ever number 1 in anything? I'm like, bro, we were number 1 in the steel industry. Dale Carnegie, until we just gave it away. Like I said, it's like a lot of people don't know that, we used to produce everything here. Everything used to be produced in America, and we didn't need y'all. I mean, how long were we using tariffs for? A minute, just to fund us only. That means that we only needed y'all. Honestly, that means we really didn't need y'all, because you had to buy in to sell here. And if you had to buy in to sell here, that means we really weren't too pressed about your products.
Industry. 700,000 people in America were working in the steel industry in the 50s. You know what that number is today? It's number 140. How the hell do we go from 700,000 people that take care of their wives and their kids to 140,000? You may say, I don't work in the steel industry. Who gives a shit? Go to Pittsburgh and see what they're doing. Hence, Pittsburgh Steelers. Whatever industry you're in, if it directly impacted you, would you not be upset about it? Imagine how upset they are. By the way, if I ask you right now, of the top 15 steel industry companies in the world, how many companies of ours are in the top 15? What would you say? 5? Would you say 10, 8? Where do you think we're ranked? You think one of our steel companies is in the top 3? We're probably number 1, right? Take a look at this list. Here's, as of 2022, top 15 crude steel producers worldwide. Number 1, guess where it's at? China. Number 2, Luxembourg. Number 3, China. Number 4, Japan. Number 5, China. Number 6, China. Number 7, South Korea. Number 8, China.
When I tell you we gave our steel industries to the Asians. I was not being racist. I was literally telling y'all the truth. I know, right? Some people actually thought I was being racist. I was like, no, that's just a fact of the matter. Is that we literally gave our steel industry to the Asians. I mean, all of them damn near, and our chips too. But what the hell? Like the top manufacturers in steel, which used to be us because we started steel. Shout out to that boy Dale Carnegie. We started this, and now we just gave it away to now in today's time. 15 of the largest steel companies are in Asia, are Asian countries, China, Japan. I think Luxembourg was the only one that was out that was not an Asian country. I think that was, isn't that Germany, I believe? Yeah, I think that's Germany. But yeah. And then we got South Korea. It's like I said, given to the Asians and I guess one German.
Number 9, China. Number 10, India. Number 11, China. Number 12, China. Number 13, China. Number 14, Japan. Number 15, India. And guess who's number 16? US. We used to rule the world in steel. What happened? Oh, we gave the business out because it was cheaper. And we went from 700,000 hard-working Americans supporting their wives and their kids to 140,000. Go explain that to 560,000 people that were working that industry, and now those jobs are in China. You know how many of the companies out of top 15 are China? Let's count.
My bad. Correction. Though. Luxembourg is its own country. Correction. My bad.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But it's hella close to Germany, so I wasn't wrong.
5, 6, 7, 8. 9 out of 15. Are you competitive? Do you like to lose? I don't like to lose. Are you an American? Do you want your country to win, or do you want China to win when it comes down to this? Why? What happened to Andrew Carnegie Steel? What happened to us rocking it with this industry? Bad policies negotiated by weak negotiators helped China be 9 out of 15 worldwide. You want to know all the different negotiations happened and who the president was when this took place? I'll read them to you, and you go judge them, because it's not only one side, it's both sides. Ready? The USMCA, United States Mexico-Canada Agreement, happened in 94. You know who the president was? Bill Clinton.
Bruh.
You know who went back and renegotiated? A guy named Donald J. Trump. Next one. The United States.
I mean, damn, even fixing lid problems from back in the day. But here's the thing, though. Bill Clinton was actually a good president, believe it or not. I mean, balancing the budget, he did some good things. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that trade deal was trash, but hey, it is what it is.
Korea Free Trade Agreement. You know who negotiated in 2012? Barack Obama. Okay. You know who renegotiated that? A guy named.
I'm weak. So pretty much we say, if you stop pointing rockets at us, we'll let you screw us over in trade. Was that how that went down?
Donald J. Trump. The Central American Dominican Republic Free Trade Agreement. You know who negotiated that? Bush. You know if there's been any negotiations? No. This was 2006, 2009. Australia-U.S. Free Trade Agreement, 2005. No renegotiations. This was under Bush. U.S. trade agreement with Bahrain, 2006, under George W. Bush. No renegotiations. Chile-U.S. under President Bush, 2004. No new negotiation.
I ain't gonna lie. That boy Bush was effing up all over the place. I mean, he fumbled the economy and trade deals. And you know what? It kind of makes sense how he fumbled the economy, since he was fumbling all these damn trade deals. And that boy might have been compromised. The way Bush was selling out, especially when it came to the Middle Eastern conflict. I mean, I ain't glad that boy was compromised.
Negotiations. Colombia, U.S., 2012, Barack Obama, no new renegotiation. Israel, U.S. free trade agreement under Reagan, 1985, no new renegotiation. Jordan, U.S. free trade, 2001, Bill Clinton.
Not like they would let us touch that.
No new renegotiations. Morocco, U.S. free trade, 2006. Guess who was the president? George Bush. No new renegotiations. Oman, U.S. free trade agreement, 2009. Bush. No new renegotiations. Panama, U.S., 2012. Obama. No new renegotiations. Peru, are you getting bored already? Peru, U.S., 2009. George W. Bush. No new renegotiations. Singapore, U.S., 04. Bush. What do you think? No new renegotiations. You think maybe there's an opportunity for a new person to get
hired? You know what, guys? I'm going to give this to y'all. I'm going to give this to the Dems. It's the Republicans that fucked up trade. Bush effed up trade on a whole different level. It's no wonder we fell into that economic crisis. We didn't have good trade policies to back us up in the end. Oh, okay, this makes a lot of sense. And shout out my man Parabolic Curvature. He's an IDK where he gets his numbers. U.S. is still number 4 in steel, behind China, Japan, and Germany. The later two began the reasons we aren't number 1. He's like, wait, the later two being the reasons we aren't number 1. Really? All right, I'm sure I can look that up myself. Appreciate appreciate that information, parabolic curvature.
And said, hey, this is such and such calling you on behalf of U.S. and the President of the United States. I'm flying out to you guys next week. We are no longer going this deal that we have, or else we're going to put a tariff on you. I have the breakdown here. Out of all the countries that we have surplus and not deficit, you know how many countries it is? Argentina, 5 billion, barely any. Chile, 6 billion. Brazil, couple. Colombia, couple. Nigeria.
See what I've been saying? Like, this is that BS I be talking about. The fact that you tell me out of all these, like, really, Venezuela has all this oil, but only these countries we're in a surplus with. All right, now watch this. This is where it gets crazy.
Barely any. Chile, 6 billion. Brazil, couple. Colombia, couple. Nigeria, 1. Egypt, 3. And a few others. Mexico, negative surplus. Canada, Ireland.
All the countries that we should be making big money off of, that we should be pulling in a good money off of, but it seems like the only time we can get a positive surplus is when we're dealing with smaller countries, ironically. But yes, you kind of see as we get to bigger countries that should be paying a lot into us. Like I said, when I say we're in a negative surplus with like 90 to 95% of the world, I'm not lying.
China, India, Taiwan.
How the hell would no, never mind.
Japan. I'm calling every one of these guys and I'm going on the road to say, we are renegotiating these deals that everybody else did. You're not going to like it. If you don't want to renegotiate these deals and you buy stuff from us, you in America building this stuff, there's a tariff being put on you. This can either be a very easy conversation with you. It can be a very tough conversation with you. What would you like to do? I would like to come to your place. We have a great conversation. I'd like to try your food. I'd like to learn more about your culture. I'd like to walk away saying you're a country that we're going to do business with for decades to come. But if you think for a second we're going to continue this, things are going to be very rough for you and your economy the next 4 years. How would you like to approach this? No problem. We're on our way. My team will call your team. Let's book lunch and dinner. I need a full day with all your decision makers. We'll see you guys soon. That's tariffs. That's trade surplus. That's trade deficit. The next time somebody starts screaming off at the top of their lungs, oh my God, this isn't what we should be doing. Even Ray Dalio said in his books, as a society in a country gets bigger, you start hiring people on the outside. And that's what happens because you have all this money. You don't want to pay it internally because people are worth too much money. You can't afford it. Yeah, okay, that sounds all good. But guess what? We got to kind of bring it back over here. If we go the way we're going right now,
Yo, parabolic curvature. So I checked in with Chat GPT and Grok, which is Elon's AI, and it still got at the top 10 steel companies that are producing. Yeah, we still got China, Luxembourg, China, Japan, China again, South Korea, China, and these are like the top 10 right now today. And coming in last at number 10 is India. So no, there is no American companies that are in the top 10 producing steel companies. And what was it? Baowu, China Group. We got no, I'm not even how to pronounce that. They got it. Y'all got it on them pronunciations. You got it.
Paying all these guys, and the jobs are being taken away from you.
But sadly, there is no American steel producing company that is in the top 10 as of today. And actually, number 10 is India, and that's Tati. Tati Steel.
Your family, your loved ones, your friends. Do you want that? If you don't, go share the hell out of this video with other people so they can understand the concept of tariffs, trade deficits, and trade surplus. And if you got any questions, comment below. If you got value out of this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe.
But yeah, though, that kind of went over the brief history of, honestly, why we need tariffs. Because we are in a trade deficit with most of the world, most of these countries. We are in a trade deficit with, and it makes no sense. Makes no sense. All right, let's get back to this.
Donald Trump is now the biggest disruptor in presidential history.
Because?
He has passed Teddy Roosevelt, left him in the dust, poor Teddy. And the disruption is worldwide, not just in the United States. But the data is on Trump's side. We have been getting hosed since World War II. By the trade imbalance. And the reason that's been overlooked by most presidents, two reasons. Number one, way too complicated, way too risky to get involved with it. So you can do what Biden and Obama did, was just ignore it completely. In the first term, Trump.
Okay. So I think we mean we're number 4 in the list of countries, not companies. Oh, and producing steel? I don't know about that, Montgomery. But hey, hold on. Parabolic curvature in Montgomery. Appreciate the support, guys. I truly do. Shout out to y'all, by the way. Huh. I would say, man, yeah, okay, never mind. If we're talking about countries, then yeah, you'd probably be right. Because if we're talking about countries producing steel, okay, yeah, I can see that.
Tried a little, but the numbers are staggering. And the best part of Trump's speech today was that he said, if you go to Japan or South Korea or
actually, yeah, you're right. As far as of countries producing steel, you're right. We are number 4. In terms of the companies who produce steel, we're not even in the top 10. Somehow, some way, though.
China or Germany, you're not going to see any American cars because they won't let them in. Now, you can get a little chart and say, oh, it's not 40%, it's really 8%. But the regulations that these people put on American products to get in makes it impossible. And then some European nations slap a VAT tax on there. That doesn't come under the tariff umbrella. So Trump is right. We're getting hosed. I don't know whether taking on all of this at once is a smart move. And you say the futures are down. Of course they're going to be down because it's a disruption. Any disruption in the world drives the market down.
Yeah, they don't like uncertainty. They don't like uncertainty, but I think it's more than that.
Right.
I think it's more than that, Bill. I don't think it's just taking them all on at once. One, it's not as simple as everybody's ignored this. We consume so much more than all of these other marketplaces. And that's why the tariffs have been in place over time, is because they didn't affect the American markets the same way. I think you can make a good political argument that you're making right now that it's unfair. Yeah, you can make that argument. But that's why they've existed.
Hold it. It did affect American markets, but not in the way that people think. So let's go to Bernie Sanders. Let's go to the income inequality crew. Well, why do you think there's so much income inequality? Because the high-paying union manufacturing jobs went overseas.
Yeah.
And when they were replaced by service.
It's like, bro, we went from paying these people like $25, $30 an hour to letting China do it. And now they're paying them guys like, shoot, I ain't gonna lie, like what? Like $10, $4 to $10 an hour? It's like, that's what we got to understand. It's like we low-key sold out the middle class and we got to get it back. And for some reason, the Dems don't want us to get it back, or they don't understand the plan to get it back, but they don't have a real plan of their own. That's what actually pisses me off about them. It's like, dog, y'all can have all the criticism y'all want, and that's perfectly fine. I love it. But if y'all don't have a plan that comes with it, or like, I don't know, like I said, a countering argument than just saying tariffs are bad, y'all look childish. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all just look too childish. Hold on. Shout out to my man Strick for gifting 5 memberships. Appreciate the support, my man. Let me see if I can go ahead and see who got it. So shout out Beautiful Disaster. Shout out Vladstein. Shout out Vladstein. And Ron Halco, Shine Black, and Travis Hughes. Appreciate the support, man. Let's keep it going. And hold on, shout out Montgomery coming in again. He says more like we pay Chinese kids 10 to 14 cents per hour. It's like, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like I was being nice by saying dollars. I was like, I don't even think y'all really understand. They get paid cents. So we can get paid, we can get cheap products, but at what cost, guys? At what cost? Like, really, like when we can just have our Americans working it and we can feel good about buying our products because it was made by an adult who's working it on his job, not by some kid who's in a slave factory or not by some suicidal employee. Like, hey, you ever heard about the nets outside these factories that they used to catch their employees just to bring them right back to the line? It get real out there. But shout out to my man Parabolic Curvature. Simple solution. Congress passes a law for companies to get fined for buying outside the U.S. with restrictions to not pass the cost to the consumer. Oh, with restrictions not pass the cost to the consumers. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a good idea. That's actually a good idea, though. So shout out Stick and Parabolic Curvature and Montgomery. I appreciate the support, guys. That's actually a good idea, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, with restrictions too, so they can't pass it on us. Problem is, where would they pass it to, though? Who knows? Hey, but it can't be us.
Jobs that don't pay as much, or public service, or whatever.
I guess that's where the tax cuts will come in. I mean, we'd have to give them something. I guess that's where we got a low-key cut corporate tax.
So what Trump clearly said is, I'm going to bring back those manufacturing jobs. People are going to invest in plants in America that's going to heighten
right. But that's an if.
the potential to earn money
but that's
by
highly
Americans.
But that's highly speculative. One, most of the jobs that we
nobody
lost.
knows whether it will work.
No, yeah, but you don't
know whether it will work.
Right,
but
you don't do
plan.
something. No, it's not a plan. It's not.
It's
not
a
plan. It's a guess. It's a guess. And here's why it's not a plan. It's a guess.
I mean, doesn't every plan start out as a guess? Like, let's be real. We don't know the absolute result. Like, we don't know the result of it. Like, the only time will tell. We don't know. And like I said, many things goes into the economy. Like I said, the unknowable variable of human behavior, of human error. All these things go into the economy. Remember this. So everything is on a guess, unless we're doing math here.
I guess it's a plan.
And let's be real. I mean, economics is like the only time where math and psychology mix.
Here's why I think it's a guess, what you call a plan, because you don't know that these tariffs will make people come back for two reasons. One, time. Okay, takes a long time to repatriate.
Hey, yo, shout out to my man Montgomery. He says, someone replied to my comment and said we would pay $6,000 for an iPhone. I guess they didn't realize an iPhone only costs $14 to make. Yeah. That's what I said too. I was like, so how much honestly more expensive could it be? If they can make it for $14, like how expensive honestly could be making an iPhone? Honestly, yeah, maybe it's just that Apple will be taking less profits off their iPhones and they just have to eat that. But if we tariff them high enough on the iPhone, then it would them paying $14 to produce it in China or wherever, it wouldn't matter. That's the whole point of tariffs. So think about it like this. If we low-key take away the element of, oh, well, if you produce it for $14 here, you can sell it in here for that high profit margin. If we take that away from them, they're going to be like, bro, there's no point. There's no point in being in China and producing for $14 if you're going to tariff it all the way up to the price it would cost to produce it here. Which probably wouldn't be that much, to be honest with you. 6,000? I doubt it. Honestly, that's just fear mongering at a certain point. 6,000? Nah.
Two,
like honestly, you would have to literally explain how it would cost 6,000 for us to produce with China. To produce what China can produce for 14, bro. I'd be okay if y'all said maybe like 114. I mean, like $140, maybe 500, maybe. But 6,000 is ridiculous.
Even if they have to absorb the tariff, the cost structure is still way in their favor, especially when you don't make them pay any taxes. Three, the number one reason that we lost jobs here wasn't just because of cheap labor, it was innovation. And innovation has only increased in manufacturing, meaning that there wouldn't be as many jobs.
Innovation
anyway.
Of making T-shirts?
Innovation of making T-shirts, of making...
Please, thank you. Bring that back to him. Innovation of just producing T-shirts? What are you talking about, bro? They're still using the same... And we're talking about China. The most cost-efficient people who will go years without any technological advancements if it means they're still getting the same products. So it's like, bro, do not compare to China to us because they don't care. They don't care about the human rights. They don't care about the labor rights, bro. They don't even care about how the facilities are ran. We got OSHA. China don't got OSHA.
It's fact. It's not bull. It's the opposite.
No matter what it is,
bastards.
If it's mittens or earmuffs or whatever, you can make it cheap.
Like, bro, if China had OSHA, I promise you, bro, a lot of the products that we get so cheap would skyrocket off the fines that they would acquire or that it would cure. It would be absolutely insane if China had OSHA. Oh man, it'd be a blessing. It'd be a blessing in disguise for us at least. And shout out to my man Montgomery for the baller alert. My man came in and said, they said Apple wouldn't take the loss, LOL, when they pay $150 to $1,000 in tariffs. Yes, they will produce it here and be happy to make $800 versus no one buying an iPhone. Exactly. They don't get that part. Though. Actually, you know what's so funny? They give more power to these corporations than we do. That's the crazy part. The libs, it'd be the Democrats that y'all give more power to the corporations than we do through your fear-mongering campaign that y'all going through right now. It's like, it don't make no sense. But yeah, trust me. And they will, bro, Apple will rush order a factory being built here than letting Samsung take over the phone market. They're letting Google take over the phone market. Bruh, they will go through anything than to let that happen.
Cheaper in South Asia.
True.
All right.
True.
But the debate, here's the debate. Apple already said it's going to move a humongous amount of manufacturing from China to the USA. The Emirates already said it's going to move $1 trillion into the USA.
Yep.
Now,
what are the UAE, the Saudis, the rich Saudi princes, $1 trillion family, damn near saying, bro, look, we got y'all. We're going to move business down there with y'all. So what are you guys talking about? These tariffs ain't working. I mean, bro, you already know them Saudi guys. They love their money. They don't let nothing F with their money, and they act quick when it comes to money. That quick. They was like, look, bro, we'll put $1 trillion there, bro. Just keep them tariffs out of our way. And it's the Saudis. So what do you think they're most likely bringing over? What are the Saudis really known for? I mean, besides paying for great entertainment through boxing, besides that, oil.
You can believe it. You can ignore it. You can do whatever you want, but this buoys the Trump administration. Lutnick runs in.
He said, shout out Montgomery. He's like, LML, I guess I got ahead of the conversation. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Appreciate the support, though, man. Truly do.
And says, look at this. They're going to come back. So it isn't a guess.
Nah, for real. Like, as soon as he mentioned iPhone, that's exactly what Bill O'Reilly said. It's like, come on now. We're going to sit here and ignore the fact that, bro, tariffs worked on Apple. Think about it. Apple is willing to leave $14 iPhone manufacturing and have to bring it back over here because of tariffs. They're working. They're definitely working.
It is a plan. Now, sometimes plans don't work in history. But this is a bold economic move designed to give working Americans more options to raise their assets. That's what this is. And these people who oppose it have no plan B. They're fine to let these tariffs ride. Okay? Obama didn't know even what a tariff, I mean, not Obama. Biden didn't even know what a tariff was. I mean, that's how crazy that thing was.
No, that's not true. In fact, he left a lot of Trump's tariffs in place.
All right, Dusty is talking to me in Chinese.
I know
what Dusty
I know. It's all about time. It's all about time. A watch probably made in China. So we're going to take a break. Bill's going to stay with me. 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Come on out. We're going to really get after here what the state of play is with this presidency. You heard Bill's argument. Geraldo Rivera sees it differently. So we're going to have a battle of the big names. And then I want to see if they agree on whether or not Musk is on the way out. And if so, why? And if it's good or bad. Next.
I've heard that as well. Like, Musk is actually going to be heading out after this. And I'm like, did y'all not remember what this man Trump said, that like Doge is something temporary? It's not going to be around forever. He pretty much said that, yeah, he's going to come here, look for this, and once he finds it, they're on the way out, and then we're done. So not surprised.
China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%.
Oh, guys, let's make sure to double tap that screen and like the video, man. Appreciate the support, by the way, but let's make sure we double tap the screen and like the video with the 3 dots up there to also subscribe to the channel. So like I said, yeah, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel because we do this every night, guys. Let's keep it going.
I think you can, for the most part, see it. Those with good eyes, with bad eyes. We didn't want to it's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts.
I mean, you ain't wrong, parabolic curvature. He says the UAE are really bad with human rights violations. I mean, bro, damn China, but I mean, that and women's rights. But, that's almost every Muslim country. I always do say, when it comes to Muslim countries, I mean, it's best we just ignore what's going on there, especially when they got a religious stance on it. It's like, I mean, human rights or women's rights? That's the real question I want to ask. But yeah, they got a problem with that.
Because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart.
So do we just need to give it time, or is it time to worry? Early polls have the people saying by over a 50% margin that the tariffs are too much and the efforts to lower prices are too little. Geraldo Rivera joins me and Bill O'Reilly now. They have different takes on what this all means for our times. Hey, it's good to see you, Geraldo. Hope you had a good vacation. I've been here with O'Reilly. You left me all alone, but don't worry about it. So when you look at these moves, Geraldo, what do you see between the tariffs and Wisconsin? Like, what do you think? Where are we?
Let's just start with my vacation, Chris.
Sure.
Because the family, Erica, Sol, and I did visit Japan just back. I can tell you, we went the length and breadth of the island archipelago, and the big cities like Tokyo and the others. We did not see a single American car on the road in Tokyo. Not a Caddy, not a Buick, not a Ford, not a Chevy, not a nothing.
I mean, bro, I see that in every country I went to. I've never seen an American car on the road. It's always something else. Or I've seen really, really old American cars on the road. So it just kind of shows that, yeah, a lot of these countries don't buy our new American cars, or they used to, and they still got a supply all the way back from 08. Like, crazy as hell. But and shout out to my man Montgomery. He's like, I love how they say it. I love how they said, let's listen to the economy about tariffs, and then quoted a poll about people that are not economists. Exactly. Wild. But this is how they like to do us, though, apparently. It's like, really? So y'all want to act like we don't have basic understanding of the economy? Like, look, you don't got to be an economist to honestly understand what we're saying here. Like, it really is, like, it's honestly a simple concept, but you guys aren't really looking into it. And I'm talking about the libs in the chat or the Democrats.